Good morning, everyone, all you tiny creators. I'm outside this morning, and I thought this warranted what I'm going to talk about. Being outside here in nature, sun shining off to my right here is kind of making me uh, my eyes squint a little bit. But that picture that's up there in the left-hand corner is me looking out the woods and how anyone that's out in the woods and living in the woods can watch the squirrels and the uh, chipmunks and everything that's out in the wild, all the little creatures, all the little animals. And I know a lot of the bugs and stuff come along with that, but chickens are out here giving me a talking to this morning. And it can bring you such pleasure to watch all the little animals scurrying here and there. And humans can learn a lesson from all the creatures, all the wild creatures. Well, the thing is, it, the last couple of days, there's been some things, videos and stuff come up on TikTok, and I remember seeing this guy and his squirrel. He had a squirrel, pet squirrel that he rescued. It was just a little teeny thing, and he grew it up, and he had a little raccoon too. Well, and used to watch him, and he'd work with them and play with them and make videos with them. And he ended up having a fans only page, the squirrel did. Well, to make a long story short, that squirrel and that raccoon, naturally, they're not going to have anything wrong with them. He's taking care of them. He's um, probably got all their shots and all that kind of stuff. But thing of it is that, and I can't say this for sure because I didn't look completely into that, but it was supposedly he had it illegally. But I think that would have to be a lie because um, he he was wanting to start a wildlife sanctuary. So I think that part of it would have had to have been a lie. I'm sure that he had all the credentials and stuff in place in order to do that. But the point that I'm getting at is that he saved their lives, and he wanted to start a sanctuary for for animals that were saved and whatever. But anyway, since he had that fans only page, there was a Karen, a Christian Karen, that reported him, and the government agencies and what they did and how they did it was they had to have a search warrant for one thing, and he had to have. I mean, they had to have two judges sign off on that search warrant so they could go in there and see what this Karen woman was talking about. Well, that took thousands of dollars to do that. They paid this big old team to go in there and search his house to find these animals. Well, the thing, how I know that they have to have two judges sign off on it. I mean, I went to school. I went to college for criminal justice, so I understand a lot of these things. A lot of it I don't understand, but a lot of it I do. So I am in the justice field. So, but anyway, they went in, confiscated that squirrel and that raccoon, and they euthanized them. That is being, I mean, people were making, scarfing up videos and stuff and putting it all over the place to honor that squirrel and that raccoon. And to now they're raising funds to fight the courts. So, and that's what people are like. That's what I'm talking about. I did that little short last night. I mean, I was exhausted about trying to understand folk. And it just a little short thing telling you how exhausting it is trying to understand people. And but anyway, I'm telling you that because, and I've been trying to talk to y'all about getting out from under the thumbs of the government. And and I did. Now, except for Social Security, that they owe me that. So uh, naturally, I'm going to keep that. Now, there's other things that they make you to have health insurance that you have to pay for and stuff, but I'm I'd like to be able to get out from under that too, because I don't use it for anything. What I do use it for is you can get over the counter products I do take acid reflux medicine. That's over the counter. It's not prescription. I mean, you can get it in prescription, but I don't use a prescription. But anyway, I pay $164 a month for that insurance, so I get a little something back from it if I so choose to. But what I'm talking about, when you get, if you can get out from under the thumbs of the government telling you what you can and cannot do, then that's what you need to do. Because I'm telling you, I keep telling everybody, they can confiscate whatever they want from you, and all it takes is one telephone call from a Karen, one person that don't like what you're saying, don't like what you're doing, and and the whole fax is never told. That's just like going in there and getting those two judges to sign off on that. I will guarantee you, from what I know about the justice system, that those two judges did not get all the facts. They were not told that that it was a rescue sanctuary, and that the pets were tamed, and I'm sure they had their shots and all that. So I'm telling you, and what I've been telling you is, by being prepared. I don't be. I'm not talking about being prepared for um, big, what people are saying is coming down the pike, and it could come down the pike because somebody did this or that or whatever. I'm telling you to be prepared and be aware. And how I've been talking about being aware about what's going on around you. When I say those things, I'm not talking through my butt. I'm talking from experience. That's just like there was an incident that happened to me and my family way back when I was with my first husband, and he was a chaotic person to begin with, and he was an alcoholic. Well, he got this notion that he was going to carry a gun with him. Well, the trailer park that we lived in, it wasn't the nicest place, but the people treated me bad there, and and just to show them a thing or two, um, he thought that he'd drive through the park, and naturally, whatever, and he had a gun. He had a gun, and he had it laying on the dashboard, and that was not right of him, and it caused the rest of us chaotic and uh, stress. I was sitting on my doorstep that same day. I'm just sitting there minding my own business, and I see something move out of the corner of my eye. And on each end of the trailer was a cop pointing a gun at me. I didn't do a cotton picking thing, not a cotton picking thing, except sit there minding my own business and be married to a man that didn't really do anything. Somebody reported that whatever they said, I do not know. And they hollered at me, put my hands up. I didn't do anything. But do you realize what chaos could have come from that? If I'd have jumped up out of there, scared uh, as a deer in flight, what could have happened to me and to my kids? Do you realize that? Because for one thing, I know about cops. A lot of them, there a lot of good cops, a lot of them, and know exactly what they're doing. But there's a lot of greenhorns out there that are just being put on the job, come along for a ride along or whatever, and they react and their human instincts and could have shot me, and I'd be dead and not here doing this. So when I tell you all, I know what the hell I'm talking about. I will say 99.9% of the time, listen to me. I'm telling you right now, it does not matter. This is not the end of the world that's coming, and everybody's saying that Jesus is coming, and Jesus this, Jesus that. Well, Christ is already here. He's been in people. The anointing is in people. And the people that don't understand that are being deceived all around the world. And it's up to us to stop the evil. And when I say be aware, those are the kinds of things I'm talking about. Be aware of what they can do to a person. Stay in tune with the Christ that's within you, the Creator. Take the time in the mornings to listen and talk and converse with the Creator. To open your eyes to see what's going on. And a lot of people would say, well, that's just a squirrel. Well, just a squirrel? That was that man's pet. He saved that squirrel's life. That meant the world to him. What about it? It's your pet next. And I've seen that happen to many different people. And everybody's hollering and talking about the immigrants. Well, okay, it's not the immigrants' fault that they're here and been set loose on the streets. And some of them may be eating the cats and the dogs. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But it's very few and far between. If it is, uh, here's where our enemies are at. We are our own enemies. We've got people like Karens that behind the scenes, they'll wave at you, hi, hi, how you doing today? And then they report you behind your back. Those are the kind of things I'm talking about. Be aware of what's going on in the world, but don't be part of it. Being part of it means that you're going to go and cause trouble for everybody else when your life is not in danger at all. We're supposed to be taking care of our own lives, individual lives. We're not supposed to be sticking our nose in other people's business. That's judging. We're just supposed to focus on ourselves. Take care of ourselves. Don't be nosing into what everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter what's going on out there in the uh, political world, the political realm. If you take care of each individual life, that'll all go away. So, well, that's my thing for today. I mean, I want you, when I say be aware and I say take care of yourselves, that anything can happen to you. I mean, look what happened in North Carolina and all them different places, which everybody thinks it was just a hurricane. We all know there was more to it than that. That lithium mine is there. All the fires that's going on out in Wyoming and different places, there's lithium mines up there. The more homeless people they've got, the more reason that they've got an excuse to set up programs that is going to push people into 15-minute cities. Now, if you don't want to believe that, fine. But that's your prerogative. But you know, I don't know why you come on here and watch me if you're not going to listen to me. So we'll talk to you later. Y'all have a great day. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. Take care of your own little world. Don't nib your nose into other people's business that don't concern you. Don't worry about anybody else. Worry about yourself, because we all got our own flaws. So, merry heart doeth good like a medicine. A broken spirit dries up the bones. Are you one of them Karens that your bones are all dried up and don't have no life in you, that you want to stick your nose into other people's business? I hope none of my people are. I hope none of my tiny creators are. But if you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. You have a great day.